Come sit with me. The dog always does this. I start the video call and then he looks at me like he wants to be let out.
Oh.
Sat by the back door.
Let him out.
No, he can wait. He went out like 10 minutes ago, Mel. He's doing it for attention.
Mine just jumps over fences.
Yeah, Dooney's too lazy for that. A long time ago we might have, but not now. All right, guys, we'll make a quick start. Oh, there's PT. There she is. PT's in. Afternoon, PT.
All right.
How we doing?
Tired.
Oh, bless you.
Go to bed too late.
Oh no.
I'll
Oh
get
no.
that routine in.
It'll come. All right, guys, I'm going to chuck everyone on mute and then we'll make a start and then we will going to go through the previous stuff that we've done, what I want you guys to focus on next, as well as what you're already focusing on. And then we'll open up a little bit and see how everyone's getting on with their food and general day-to-day stuff. All right? Cool. Happy day. Right. Mute. Come on. Do it. Mute. There we go. All right, guys. So just a little recap since we started, because I know there's still people kind of signing up as we go. So first thing is writing out your ideal routine for the day. That includes kind of what your work schedule is. If some of you have like mixed schedules, so shift work or anything like that, write out your perfect work day schedule versus your chill out day schedule, I guess would be the way to put it, or your non-work day schedule. So once you've got that written down, the other thing to do is look at kind of things that are likely to distract you. So kids, dogs, my dog is being particularly annoying today, but general things that are going to get in the way of that routine being perfect for the day. And then yesterday, one of the things that I asked you to do is to start writing down what your actual routine looks like, just in little hour blocks. Just, you know, what time do you get up, having breakfast, coffee, your training time, your work time, how much you're on social media or not, as the case may be. That was kind of what I asked you to do yesterday, and I'd like you guys to carry on with that until the weekend if we can, so today and tomorrow. And then today was a little bit more, Donna touched on it yesterday, and that was about food journaling. So one of the things I want you to have a little think about while you're writing out what you do for your routine is just, and this doesn't have to be crazy, I'm not expecting count by count, gram by gram, just like what Donna's been doing is like real rough highlight. For breakfast, I had 3 crumpets and a load of butter, or that was my breakfast today, by the way, guys, it was great. Or, you know, just I had a Kit Kat, or shame Sharon's not, Sandra's not on, you know, when she has her fruit pastels, just real rough, writing down what you've eaten and roughly the time, but also how you felt at the time when you ate it. So by that, I don't mean, you know, I was having a crying fit or anything like that. Just where you settled down, were you in a rush? What we, you know, what drove you to get that food at that point? Was it that it was a scheduled dinner, so you knew you were eating at a certain time, you were sat at the table, you weren't distracted when you ate? So just little things like that. So real high level, how you felt when you ate that bit of food, whatever that may be. So literally, for example, this morning I trained, I had breakfast. I was at the table, so I would be literally like writing down my breakfast, crumpets and butter, sat down, undistracted, eating my breakfast, chilled out. Yeah, felt pretty good because I'd worked out. If it's more that, you know, you've grabbed that chocolate cake because you're really stressed, you probably weren't settled down, you weren't sat down in a good place when you ate it, you probably sat watching telly or something like that. Just that kind of structure of where you're at when you're eating certain foods. Does that make sense to everybody? Yeah, no, maybe. Yeah, cool. All right. And I want you to try and do that for today. If not today, focus on it for tomorrow. So get the rest of the routine done for today, but definitely get the food journaling set in for tomorrow with how you felt when you were eating those foods. Does that make sense? I will fire a message out. For everyone that's on the WhatsApp group, I will send it on the WhatsApp group. I will also send it on my coach. So apologies if you get 2 messages. I just want to, there's some people that aren't on the WhatsApp group for which I can understand because it's probably going to go crazy. It did one first picture this morning. But yeah, I'm going to unmute everyone, guys. So if everyone's got questions, now's the time to ask them. We'll do the hand up. I'll grab people as we go so we don't talk over each other. Everyone's unmuted. Go on then, B.
Did you want the food journaling for today and tomorrow, or just today?
If you can do it for today and tomorrow, do it for today and tomorrow, but focus on it for tomorrow, because I'd rather today we got the routine written down, because yesterday, obviously, I asked you guys halfway through the day. So we want a good solid day of what your routine looks like. So if it's too much, then do it tomorrow. But if you feel like you can do it today as well.
Okay.
So you want to write down everything that we eat?
Yeah, everything.
And where we were when we were eating it. So just like,
yeah, just roughly, like, were you on the move? Were you sat down at the table? You know, kind of where exactly, not spot on, you know, but roughly where you settled, were you in a good place? Were you watching it in front of the telly? That kind of stuff. What was going on around you while you were eating? Melissa, you had a question?
Did you want it sending on the My Coach messenger? Is that easier for you?
It's entirely up to you. So this is more like, if you want to be accountable for it, then yes, send it on My Coach to me. If not, you don't have to share it with me. I would just, if you do, I'd prefer it if you guys did share it on there for me.
On the My Coach, sure.
Yeah.
I've only just seen your message from yesterday.
That's right. There's no rush, Mel. We're not going anywhere for a while.
Nick.
Yes, Joe.
Do you want drinks as well? Because tea consumption and wine consumption are probably slightly up.
I wish mine was. I wish it wasn't my wine consumption. Yeah.
Or not worried. Okay.
I wouldn't worry too much about tea and coffee. That's something we will deal with later. I think the main concern right now is what we're doing with food. Don't worry too much about the wine and the coffee at the minute. We'll get routines sorted first.
Okay, thank you.
Jamie?
can you make sure I'm set up on the WhatsApp? I think
yeah, I should have sent a link over. If I didn't, I'll send it over in a minute.
Thanks.
It's going to be the era of WhatsApp groups, I think.
Is the link on My Coach for the WhatsApp, Jen?
Yeah, I sent it out on My Coach.
Oh, okay, because I haven't.
Just because I love you guys, but I don't want to add loads of contacts into my phone book. I'm really lazy. I know that's bad. Yeah, random call from me when I put my phone in my pocket or something.
Not feeling the love now, Jan.
Sorry. You need a break once in a while, guys. So, anyone else got any other questions? Yeah, go on, Lisa.
I did message you this. I'm a night owl, so I don't go to bed till midnight. And I'm not getting up until about 8:30, 9. So it's like the perfect world. So I'm going to fail the 9 o'clock screens off.
So I would just pick kind of an hour, maybe 2 hours before you go to bed.
Yeah.
Rather than doing 9 o'clock. So the goal is really to switch it off and wind down so the brain can shut down, ready to go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah? Okay,
that's good. Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
I do have
Never would have put you down as a night owl, Lisa, ever.
This is my year of partying because I've just come out of a 27-year relationship. So
nice.
There's no way I'm going to bed at 9 o'clock on my party year.
Party year where you can just roll out of bed as well. That's not bad going. Go on, PT.
I was wondering, is there anyone actually putting a photo of themselves on My Coach?
Most people don't, because we're not necessarily focusing as much on kind of like changing body composition or anything.
I was just curious, was anyone actually doing it? Because I'm not.
Most of the time, no, because we do them separately, and My Coach is a little bit hit and miss with the types of photos it likes to accept, so it doesn't like iPhone photos. Why?
I took a picture for myself, so I've got that kept aside to see whether there is a change after the 6 weeks.
Yeah, no, it's a cool idea. Like, it is a good idea just to see whether or not anything changes. If it does, I'm not going
Just
to
didn't want you
necessarily
to see
demand.
my cellulite, Jen, that's all.
Probably seen worse, PT, don't you worry. No, it's more like this challenge is more about getting good routine, and if we see weight loss during that or we see recomp from it, that's awesome, but that's not necessarily the focus for the 6 weeks, but it's definitely worth doing before and after.
I've lost 1 kilogram though.
Have you?
I found it. I put it on.
Because you're
P-Dog is convinced though it's because I had, excuse the rest of the group, 2 massive poos yesterday. So he said it's because I went to the toilet.
I don't know, a kilogram's quite a lot in a day though, PT.
Oh no, since like the start of the week. It's not unrealistic that you would lose half a kilo to a kilo though, because you think about how much more exercise you're doing compared to normal. Yeah, I'm doing actually quite a bit. It's just the strength work I'm not really getting, isn't it?
Yeah, so but your cardio output's much higher as well for the short term, and also your work schedule's probably not changed massively.
I'm not out and about. Well, I'm obviously not out and about. Whereas before I was always out and about.
But yeah, so it's kind of to be expected. People are going to see one or the other, so you'll either see it go up or down. The goal's really for us to try and maintain.
Yeah.
So how's everyone been finding food anyway, and the food element of stuff?
I feel like
Look at the silence. Go on, Jamie. Jamie, go first.
Yeah, really good. I struggle when I'm making the children's dinner. So in the evening, and I have to be in the kitchen because I'm cooking.
Yeah.
But by that point, I'm tired. So I need to structure my dinners because the kids are not vegetarian and I am. So
Yeah.
I'm always doing a separate dinner. But like I was picking on their spaghetti before I even had my dinner. So basically, I had 2 dinners.
Yeah, it may be worth looking at how you can kind of get them to work and coincide a little bit closer. That's always a good option. Is there a massive time difference between when you eat compared to them?
No, I'll be doing my dinner at the same time, but my dinner's always just thrown together. They get the luxury meal, whatever we're making, and then I might have roasted sweet potato earlier in the day that I'll slightly warm up but eat a bit cold.
Yeah.
Mine's always second to what I'm cooking them.
Okay.
So maybe I'm not looking forward to it enough, so I then pick on theirs.
Yeah, it might be. It might be worth just maybe whatever you're cooking them, coming up with a similar version for yourself that you can tweak slightly so that you are kind of all still eating a similar thing, just slightly differently. Like if you're cooking spaghetti, like you could do your own version of courgette spaghetti if you wanted to cut out and have a slightly lower carb version, stuff like that. That might be worth trying to do as well.
Okay.
If you've got time to.
Yeah, I'll try that tonight.
Give it a go. Anyone else want to talk about their food? B?
I'm just not really I feel like I'm just eating carbs and fat.
Yeah.
I'm not even, I had some protein and I'm eating loads of vegetables.
Yeah.
I realized that yesterday I only had 1/4 of what I was supposed to have or something, maybe not even half of what I was supposed to have of protein.
Yeah. Do you, because you're vegan though, aren't you? Yeah. So do you take a lot of protein supplements or not?
I try to have a protein shake.
Yeah.
1 protein shake.
Okay. It might be worth looking at protein smoothies and stuff just so that you can mix it up a little bit more. I'm not a big fan of vegan protein powder. I find it's not as tasty.
I've actually found one that is delicious and I just stick with that one.
Nice. But it may be worth trying to mix it up with some shakes a little bit just so that you can get some of that protein in with some of the lower carb kind of veggies and fruit and stuff, and that may be a really good way to do it because you can bulk up the protein content as well.
Yeah.
That
might have more protein, as in maybe 2 scoops of protein a day instead of 1.
Yeah, we'll break it up into 2 kind of different shakes if you want. So you could have your luxury morning one that's a little bit thicker if you want, with some other bits in it, and then just your normal protein shake after you've worked out or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Anyone else got questions?
I am quite hungry.
How many meals a day are you eating, PT?
3.
Are you snacking in between?
No, not until yesterday because I was hungry.
Okay.
So
do you know roughly what time? Is it around about the same time that you're getting hungry?
Yes, after lunch, between lunch, because I'm not training with Paul until like 6, and then I've done Pilates before, then I'm training at 6, and then by the time I eat is actually quite late.
Yeah, I would put a snack in the middle of that, like just something that's pretty filling.
I have had a piece of fruit,
yeah,
which obviously then is going over my daily intake.
Yeah.
And yesterday I also had, after lunch, quite late, a little bowl of natural yogurt with raspberries.
Yeah.
Obviously that's a bit sweet, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's like the natural yogurt's quite high in protein, so that's another one. Again, like if you wanted to, you could mix some protein powder in it to bulk it out.
Yeah, I would, but I haven't got any on me.
Otherwise,
that's something I probably had as a snack.
Yeah, because that's being hungry in between is because you need that snack, because that's quite a long gap to go and exercise in the middle of it. So I would definitely look at trying to bulk it out. Yogurt's probably one of the best ways.
So I'm trying to eat my lunch later, about 2 o'clock, 2:30, because I know I'm not going to have any food until late.
Yeah.
And then because I'm having my breakfast later, because I'm just shit at breakfast, I'm trying to do 10, 2:30. There's not too much of a gap.
Well, the other thing you could do,
dinner.
The other thing you could do, PT, is break it down into 4 meals. Just have slightly smaller meals. So if you're not very good at breakfast, have a smaller breakfast, and then you can have like a lunch and then a mid-lunch, like between dinner and lunch instead. That's another way to do it.
Yeah.
Play around with it. See how it feels for the week and see if one over the other works better for you.
I don't know whether because I was on my period, I was just always hungry. It might be that.
Yeah, I would play it by the next week. Have a little play around. Try 2 lunches, like an earlier one and a later one. See if that makes you feel any better or worse. Or just add a little snack in.
Okay.
Yeah. Fran.
Hi. Can you eat too much fruit? Because if I'm hungry, I'm eating fruit. End of. So orange, tangerine, apple, raspberries, blueberries, you name it, and with yogurt.
Fruit is classed as a carb, right? So it is quite high for a carb. To be honest, I think so long as you're not overeating your total carbs, it's fine. I wouldn't worry too much about that. It's more if you're eating loads of fruit and then a massive bowl of pasta.
Right.
That's when you want to kind of probably rein in the carbs a little bit and think about whether you want the fruit or a big bowl of pasta. But if you're just day-to-day eating and grazing on fruit, that's much better than anything else.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lovely.
Anyone else?
So, sorry.
Hang on, PT.
Okay.
I'm really rubbish with the food group. So I don't know what's the sweet potato and the parsnip.
So they're classed as veggies, but if you look at the nutrition guide, sweet potato will be under the carb because it's quite a starchy carb. Parsnips technically veggies, so you should be fine with those. Potatoes tend to be a little bit more nutritional dense, so they tend to go into the carb factor a little bit more. Root vegetables as a whole are a lot higher in carbs than, say, broccoli.
Okay, and mine was the fruit as well. I do the fruit with just a really plain 0-fat yogurt.
Yeah. That's a great way to get your carb and your protein in one go with the right amount of fats as well. It's a really good way to do it.
Okay.
It's my snack of choice because I'm trying to do the challenge too. Yes, B.
Would like if I would have some chickpeas, are they carbs?
So I need to double check for you because as a vegan, they're probably classed as your protein source to a degree.
Yeah, because I think so as well.
Yeah, let me double check that one, B. I'm pretty sure they come under your protein source.
Yeah, because I thought that, but then I saw on the list that you sent me that beans are carbs, and I was like, I'm pretty sure chickpeas are my protein.
Yeah, I'll double check it, but they should be pretty much your protein.
Okay, cool.
I used chickpeas last night in my dinner as a protein.
Yeah.
Because I thought, because they are high in protein, aren't they, chickpeas?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, if I would do the chickpeas as carbs, then I just can't have any protein.
Yeah, I know.
Just living off.
So I'll double check it for you, but I'm pretty sure it's a protein source. I think one of the sensible ways to weigh it up is if you've kind of got sweet potato, chickpeas, and whatever else.
Yeah.
The sweet potato is going to be your carb source. Your chickpeas will be your protein source.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yes, Melissa.
I'm just looking at my plan. It does say on the first page, if you go into the protein, it does say lentils and beans are protein for plant-based eaters.
Yes. Thanks, Matt.
Also, on my plan, you have my height as 72.
Oh no,
Does
so
that make me a midget?
No, so it is 172. I believe it should have done the conversion, but I'll double check.
I don't know if that changes my...
No, it may do. Let me double check it, Mel.
Thanks. So I should be 182.
Been doing some weird things for me this week.
Okay.
So Jen, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So on Friday, me and Paul are having a date night again, and we are cooking fajitas. And can I have, if I have less protein, because I want to use 2 of my portion chicken, so I can have 2 fajitas.
Yeah.
If I didn't have that at lunchtime, can I have 2 in the evening?
Yeah.
Even though it's late.
The time you eat doesn't really matter. Like, so timings of food become very specific if you're diabetic or if you're a professional sports athlete. Then timings of food make a massive difference. Like for us day-to-day folk, it's honestly not gonna, whether you eat at 9 o'clock or not, there are studies that the body doesn't digest as well. It takes longer. I genuinely worry. Like if you've not eaten all day, you've got your portion to save up, go for it.
Nick one of those fresh ones.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks.
Lisa, do you have a question?
Yeah, what's the healthiest of the alcohols to drink? Is it Prosecco, red wine, lager?
Jane, I've got my bottle ready.
Yeah, I'm ready for
Yeah, so if we are going to do the alcohol, I knew this was coming at some point. You knew the minute Lisa was on the call it was going to happen. Karen's chuckling away at the back. So any beer, wine, like normal wine, white wine especially, is really high in calories, all right? Very high in calories, in fact, and they're empty calories as well. So they don't count calories, they're just empty calories. They don't really equate to your carbs, your protein, or your fats. If you're going to have alcohol, yes, Prosecco is a slightly better option for a wine.
Yeah.
Better option. Stick to clear spirits though. If you can,
really?
stick to clear spirits. Clear spirits and tonic waters, those kind of things. So yes, G&Ts are the best kind of option. Vodka. Remember, if you have fruit juice, that is going to count as a fruit portion.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, stick to your clear spirits. That's your best bet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was lager was lower in calories. Obviously, no.
This is where everyone comes out of the 6-week challenge as die-hard gin and vodka drinkers now.
Oh, okay. I like the sound of that.
Mark's going to be like, what did you do with them, Jenny?
Oh, yeah, thanks for that.
That's all right. Anyone else got any other questions?
Going on gin and tonics.
Like, get the gin in.
It's in. Got it in ready.
Nice. All right, guys. So just a little quick recap. So get your routine written down. as you've seen it from yesterday. So write down what your routine for today is, if you can, tomorrow. And then for tomorrow, prepare to write down your food journal and what you were doing at the time when you were eating. They're my 2 bits of homework for you. So one's a carry on from yesterday. The other one is a new one for us to look at and do tomorrow. I was going to talk about alcohol on a Friday, but Lisa's pretty much covered it off for us. But yeah, write down when you're eating, how you're feeling, what you're doing at the time. Are you distracted? Are you watching telly? Are you sat at the table? Do you feel settled? Do you feel rushed? All that kind of stuff when you're logging your food journal. And your food journal doesn't need to be complicated. It can literally be like, had a curry, chicken tikka masala and rice, whatever it is that you're eating, just one-liners. We're not fussed about portion sizing and control. We'll talk about portion sizes next week, using the hand measurements and how to use like a plate fill guide rather than weighing food out, because I hate weighing food out.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So chicken
I've been
tikka
trying to use the hands.
All right then, guys. Well, I managed to take up half hour of your lives today again.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dan.
No worries.
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
All right. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.